Rachel, let's begin with that announcement from Anand today on more sanctions for Russia. What's at stake?
Yeah, good morning, Marcia. So today, alongside Ukraine's foreign minister, Anand announced new Canadian sanctions. And in addition to targeting Russian drone entities, Canada is also targeting LNG, liquefied natural gas entities of Russia. And Anand said today that this is the next phase in Canada affirming its support for Ukraine in this war and in trying to intensify the economic pressure on Russia. I think it is of note that this was a Canada-Ukraine announcement specifically. One of the big questions kind of looming over this G7 Foreign Minister Summit is whether there can be collective agreement on wording around next steps when it comes to Russia and Ukraine, given the fact that U.S. President Donald Trump seems to be viewing things differently in certain contexts on that file. So we'll see what comes by the end of the day. There are a series of conversations happening as we speak, Marcia, with the foreign ministers and the extended world leaders, foreign ministers that Canada has invited from other countries on issues like economic security, defense protection in Ukraine, critical minerals, maritime security. All of that will culminate in the closing presser around 3 p.m. But I'm sure as we're about to get to really the big event here today is going to be that bilat meeting with Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand and U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
And I'm just being told in my ear, we knew Rubio was running late. Apparently he has arrived there. I meant to share that information with you as well. So this is going to be really interesting because, as we all know, Trump called down trade talks with Canada. So what can we expect to come out of the meeting between Rubio and Anand as they meet face-to-face, since Trump made that decision and also threatened an extra 10% tariffs on Canada?
Yeah, I appreciate that update. As you can understand, when you're kind of stuck in the media pen here, it's tricky to see who's coming in and out from the doors that are really not that far, but in these moments feel very far away. So yeah, that sit-down is expected to happen around noon today. In terms of what we'll see, it'll just be reporters let in for that quick spray off the top, the handshake, the pleasantry. But the tough work, presumably, if they're going to get down to talking tariffs, will happen behind closed doors. This is really Anand's first chance to try to revive some sort of dialogue with the Americans, should she decide to, on the trade file. It is possible that the minister, in talks with the Prime Minister, has calculated that her focus is better on trying to find common ground on some of the other issues that this G7 foreign ministers meeting is supposed to be focusing on, like energy, the economy, and security. So we're kind of all waiting to see what transpires there. We're hoping that we're going to get some clarity from Canadian officials in terms of whether trade is brought up, if there's any sign of softening of that conversation. But of course, this is really high stakes on two fronts. One, because it is an in-person sit-down in Canada, but also Donald Trump has decided, Marcia, he's not going to be going to the G20 summit around next week, 10 days from now in South Africa. Prime Minister Mark Carney's office has confirmed this morning he will be going, so that would have been an opportunity for the two leaders to sit down. That's not happening. So this could be the last chance for, as far as we know, the foreseeable future for Canada and the U.S. to try to restart trade talks.
Appreciate that reporting. Okay, Rachel, if anything develops, please let us know. CTV's Rachel Aiello is in Niagara-on-the-Lake covering the G7 summit. Rachel, thanks for all of that.